poppin' everyone? Markus is coming back at you with a brand new video. Today's video is going to be a bit different and super exciting. We're going to talk about how much money that KSI will make from the fight, sort of like the aftermath and sort of like the lead up to it on the 25th of August against Logan Paul. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe down below to watch a lot more videos like this. And let me know in the comment section if you want one for one of the Polos or for Deji. Let me know that in the comment section down below. Starting off, we are going to talk about the YouTube revenue. So basically the revenue that he is getting from the views of the videos he's making around the Logan Paul fight and the whole fight and stuff like that. You know, the press conferences and all these different types of things like the diss tracks. And he's made so many different videos about it. But yes, so the views he's had the last 30 days have been 75 million. CPM right here is the amount of money that he gets per 1,000 views. And that varies a lot from $0.50 to $4, and there's not really anywhere you can see it otherwise than on his specific account. So I made an average and an estimate of $3 per 1,000 views, which gives us a revenue only from YouTube of $225,000 in the last 30 days. So I've made a revenue in the time frame of the match. So he started making videos about sort of like the lead up to it about 2 months ago about the Logan Paul fight. And of course then after the match he will also make some videos about that and stuff like that. So I made a time frame of around 3 months, which gives us a revenue of $775,000 just from his YouTube views. Then this is what's going to be super interesting. We're moving on to ticket sales. So of course the two different matches, Deji against Jake Paul and Logan Paul against KSI, and I've estimated that they will get a 20% cut each, and then the sort of like fifth 20% is going to be sort of like for promotions and the people who are sort of like having the match, right? So all of the administration and stuff. But anyway, if we say that they get a 20% cut of the ticket sales each person, then you have a ticket sale of 20,000. So against Joe Weller there is only about 8,000, but at these two matches there's going to be ticket sales of 20,000. And the average ticket price, I went under the website and it said you have 3 different price ranges and then a VIP. I didn't took the VIP into the calculations because that was £499 and you got all these different types of things. But I took the 3 main tickets, which were 80, not box, but £80, £100, and £150, which gave us an average ticket price of £110. Which is around $140, as you can see right here. Around $140 is the average ticket price, and then that's gonna give us a ticket revenue of nearly 2.8 million, which gives KSI $459,400 extra just from the ticket sales on that one day. One day, $559,400. I could definitely do that. I could punch someone in the face for that. Well, moving on, not to put my opinion on it, moving on. So he has the Sidemen crew and everything, so he made merch sales for that. And if we make an estimate of 2.5 of his sort of like subscribers, 2.5 is really low. I think it's a lot higher than that. 8%, 10%, maybe even 5, at least 5%. But just to lowball it for you guys, this is 1/40th of his subscribers, which is gonna buy something, which is four. So out of his 19.248 million subscribers, that's gonna give us 481,215 people who's gonna buy the merch. And we have an average sale price of merch on the products. We don't know if they're buying more products. Some of them is even gonna buy several items. So we don't know what the average order value is. So average order value is basically, if you don't know that, if you're not into e-commerce, but that's the amount of money average that people spend on an order. So, but I just said it, the average product cost is about $30. And then the cost of goods, we're gonna put it at 1/3. I think they have marked up the products a lot more, but we're just gonna put it at 1/3 of the sale price is product cost of goods. They don't use any like money on promotions because they're just doing it through their big social, their big personal brands. But that's gonna end up at $10 per order or $10 per person who buys something. And then the revenue from the merch is gonna end up, and I think this is a lot more. This is really lowballing, but $14,436,000, $433.5 cents, which is gonna give KSI a profit from his merch if we gonna just minus the cost of goods, and he's gonna get the biggest percentage of it. It's gonna give him $9.5 million from his merch. So as you can see, merch is also the biggest revenue generator from all of this, and that is why so many YouTubers are doing the merch. So they build up a YouTube, they build up an audience, and then they sell merchandise through that. That's really where you can go ahead and make a lot of money as a YouTuber or a big personal brand. So profits from merch, 9.5 million people, really low balling. I think we're at least 15 million, but moving on, we're just gonna put it at 9.5. You could say that they're making a shitload of money, all of them, the Simons, because the Simons are really piggybacking of KSI's success with this, right? Because his merch is on the Sidemen.com, I think it's called. So all of the those who are a part of the Sidemen gang, if you will call it that, is of course getting a lot of sales on their merch as well, because they're so much traffic which comes onto the store. But 9.5 million. So he made a boxing movie as well. Like, why the fuck not? So he basically made a boxing movie around, I haven't watched it, I didn't bought it, but he made a boxing movie, I think, around like his journey fighting Joe Welder and what did Logan Paul and everything like that. Basically just to make a lot more money, right? So the movie price is £8, which comes out at $10.16. And if you really lowball it, like put a really low estimate, which I think is a lot higher, but I think we could like easily 5 or 10x this estimate. But if we take an estimate of 5%, like I think it's maybe like 5 times as high, maybe 2.5%. But if we just put it at 0.5% of his subscribers, like 0.5%, which is 1/200th of his subscribers. Anyway, that comes out at 96,243 people which will buy it, and that ends up at $977,828. And then of course iTunes takes a cut, but we're not really estimating that into this anyway, because I think the estimate is also higher, so this is still low balling even though he has to pay iTunes a part of it. Or where I can't even remember where it was located. I think he had it actually on a crazy amount of different platforms, Amazon and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be a lot higher than 0.5%, but it was just to make you guys an estimate so you had like some actual facts to go for. I think it's easily 2 million or something like that. But then he made a diss track. Of course. Why the fuck not? Would he do that? He made a diss track on Logan Paul, actually getting a shit ton of views at the moment. Really, I think it's on like trending and everything on YouTube as well. But the last 2 days he had streams of 400,000, and what he's getting paid per stream on Spotify is $0.00397. Is the average paid per stream on Spotify, which gives him a Spotify revenue of $1,500 the last 2 days. If we multiply that by 15, so we get a month of revenue, that comes out at $23,820. He has it on 5 more streaming services, but Spotify is the biggest one. So I have calculated that the other 5 streaming services calculates with 70% as many streams as Spotify. So the revenue from the streams the last 30 days ends up at $107,000. So I took, of course, this one, multiplied it by 0.7, and then I multiplied it by 5, and then I added the 23,000, and then we came up at $107,190. If we take iTunes, he also like made this song available on iTunes that you can buy. And if we really lowball it as well, it's a lot higher. But just so I'm not gonna get anything, oh, he's not making that much money in the comments. So we're lowballing this. So we're saying 0.5% of his subscribers will actually go ahead and buy the song on iTunes. That is 96,243 sales. The sale price is $1. And the revenue from iTunes will then be $96,243, which means he has a revenue in 30 days on the Logan Paul diss track of $203,433, which is really low. I've said low ball like so many times in this video, but it's a lot higher, but the total earnings is still crazy. So we have the YouTube views of 775,000, ticket sales 559, 9.5 million in merch sales, around $1 million for the boxing movie, and 203,000 for the diss tracks, which comes out at a total earnings of $12 million, $43,707 just for this match in the time frame of 3 months. Of course, there's going to be more with the diss track if that keeps bringing in sales, the merch keep bringing in sales. This is just an estimate, and it's actually a really low estimate, but still a low ball estimate is $12 million for one event for one of the 4 sort of like people who's the center persons in the match. So just KSI, not the whole event, but KSI is going to personally make $12 million. So guys, go ahead and make a YouTube channel and go ahead and vlog or make soccer videos, football videos. Anyway, that was basically it. So a breakdown of KSI earning for the fight on the 25th of August against Logan Paul. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want it for one of the other guys like Deji or one of the Paulus. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the subscribe button for a lot more videos like this. Hit the notification bell to always be up to date whenever I upload, and give it a like if you got something useful out of it. And as always, I hope you will all have a successful and wonderful day. Bye.